Sometimes you don't need a fresh start. You just need a reset. Not to erase your story, but to rewrite how it ends. Every man faces moments that break him. Moments where everything falls apart. Moments where it feels like life is pressing the reset button for you, whether you wanted it or not. But that reset, it's not a punishment. It's an invitation. A second chance to do it better. A chance to rise not as who you were, but as who you're meant to be. Setbacks are not the enemy. They're the signal. The signal that something inside you is out of alignment, and it's time to evolve. You see, the universe doesn't take things away to hurt you. It removes what no longer serves you. It strips you down so you can rebuild without the weight of what was holding you back. This year might have knocked you down hard. Maybe you lost something you thought you couldn't live without. Maybe you failed in ways that cut deep. Maybe you started strong and then lost your rhythm. But hear me, the story isn't over. You don't need to throw the year away. You just need to reset your focus. A setback is never the end. It's the test. It's the point where average people quit and warriors regroup. The difference between losing and learning is perspective. When you see every loss as a lesson, you rob failure of its power. Ed Milet once said, "Things don't happen to you. They happen for you. Every fall, every delay, every rejection is data. Feedback. Proof that you're in motion. Proof that you're still in the game. When you hit rock bottom, don't rush to escape it. Sit in it. Listen. That's where the truth lives. That's where you find clarity, not in comfort, but in chaos. Because pressure is information. Pain is instruction. And both are signs that you're still alive and still capable of more. When you reset, you don't erase your past. You extract its lessons. You use your pain as fuel. You convert your scars into strategies. Look at your setbacks not as failures, but as feedback loops. Each one whispered a lesson. This is what didn't work. This is what needs to change. This is where your next level lives. Every breakdown was a breakthrough disguised as disappointment. The disciplined subconscious mind understands this. It doesn't see loss. It sees leverage. Every failed attempt, every missed chance, every moment of regret, it becomes a trigger for transformation. Because when you're disciplined, you don't just recover, you rebuild with purpose. Tom Bilyeu said, "You can't control how the story starts, but you can control how it ends." That's the essence of the reset. It's not about returning to who you were. It's about becoming someone wiser, stronger, and sharper than before. Resetting means taking responsibility, not blame. Responsibility is power. When you take it, you reclaim control over your direction. You stop saying, "Why did this happen to me?" and start asking, "What can I do with this?" That shift in mindset, from victim to creator, is the foundation of greatness. The most powerful men you'll ever meet aren't the ones who never failed. They're the ones who fell, recalibrated, and came back unstoppable. They understood the law of the reset. You either let your pain define you, or you let it design you. Every champion has scars. Every leader has losses. Every warrior has wounds. But they all learn to turn their setbacks into stories of strength. Lewis House said, "Your wounds become your wisdom when you're willing to face them." That's what this moment is. A chance to face yourself, not as a failure, but as a fighter who refuses to stay down. The reset isn't glamorous. It's lonely. It's quiet. It's the space between who you were and who you're becoming. And it's in that silence that strength is reborn. While others see an ending, you'll see an opening. While they rest in regret, you'll rise in resilience. Because the truth is, no one remembers who fell, only who got back up. When you reset, you have to let go of the illusion of perfection. Let go of timelines. Let go of expectations. Progress isn't linear, it's layered. Growth isn't smooth, it's sculpted. You're not behind, you're being rebuilt. Every setback is a construction site for your comeback. There's no shame in restarting. The only shame is in refusing to. Every great comeback begins with the same realization. I'm not done yet. Maybe you've been coasting these past months, waiting for motivation to strike. Stop waiting. Motivation fades. Resetting is a decision, not a feeling. It's the moment you look in the mirror and say, enough. It's time to move again. That decision is everything. Because the power of a reset is not in what you lost, it's in what you choose to build next. Mel Robbins says, the secret to change is in making one small move right now. That's all it takes. Not a perfect plan. Not a massive overhaul. Just one honest step forward. Start small. One habit. One task. One commitment. Do it long enough, and the reset becomes renewal. The man you're becoming isn't hiding in a plan. He's hiding in your next action. Resetting means reprogramming your subconscious mind to trust yourself again. You lost that trust when you quit on promises. You get it back by keeping new ones. Each time you show up, your mind says, he's serious again. Each time you stay consistent, your mind says, he's back. Each time you refuse to break, your mind says, he's becoming unshakable. And that's when everything changes. You stop chasing motivation and start creating momentum. You stop waiting for external validation and start relying on internal conviction. You stop seeing failure as an ending and start treating it as feedback. That's the nature of discipline. It transforms chaos into clarity. The reset doesn't ask, are you ready? It asks, are you willing? Willing to start again. Willing to rebuild. Willing to move without guarantees. Because there's no reward for hesitation. But there's strength in action. You may not be where you wanted to be this year, but that doesn't matter. You're still here. You're still breathing. You're still capable. The year isn't over. The game isn't finished. The reset starts now. You have two options. Carry your setbacks into the next year like baggage, or convert them into the blueprint for your breakthrough. You get to decide how this story ends. Bedros Kilian said, your standards are the thermostat of your life. Raise them, and your environment adjusts. So raise them. Raise your energy. Raise your focus. Raise your commitment. Refuse to lower your expectations just because life got difficult. The reset is your moment to prove that nothing can keep you down for long. When you reset, you send a message to your future self. I may have fallen, but I didn't fail. Failure only exists when you stop moving. As long as you're still fighting, you're still becoming. This is your moment. Not to start over, but to rise wiser. Not to erase what happened, but to redefine what it means. Reset doesn't mean weakness. It means wisdom. It means you've learned enough to rebuild smarter. Every man needs a moment like this, where he looks at his life and says, I refuse to be defined by my mistakes. That's when power begins. Because you can't grow in regret. You can only grow in responsibility. So breathe. Reflect. Recommit. Then move. The reset is not tomorrow. It's this moment. This breath. This choice. Everything you've been through this year has led you here, to the edge of a decision that will define you. You can end this year the way it started, waiting. Or you can end it the way warriors do, moving. The choice is yours. Reset your mind. Reset your habits. Reset your focus. And finish this year like a man who refuses to stay down. Welcome to No Excuse Network, where every setback is a setup for your comeback. If you're ready to turn your pain into power, subscribe to No Excuse Network. Because life doesn't give second chances, it gives resets. And this is yours.